Hello and welcome. This is Mark Anastasia here with my good friend and awesome internet marketer Ben Lowry. We are right now in my house in Cyprus, and I've invited Ben over from the UK to come spend some time with me here in Cyprus by the beach, so that he can share with me how he makes about $300 to $600, about $100,000 a year in passive income from his websites and with free traffic from YouTube. Ben, hi and welcome to Cyprus.
Hello.
And welcome to this interview. Thank
you.
you very much for agreeing to share this knowledge that's making you very, very fast a very wealthy 24-year-old, because you are just 24 years old, isn't that right?
Yep.
And for all intents and purposes, you are basically financially free now, and it's taken you, I think, took you about 6 months, I think, to create your first website.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, before we get into how exactly you became financially free within 6 months and you're making all of this money on the internet with free traffic from YouTube, just tell us a little bit more about yourself, Ben. So, what were you doing up till the point when you got into internet marketing? What was your main thing in life?
Okay. I was a guitarist. I was a full-time professional rock guitarist.
And I believe you had a band, isn't that right?
Yeah. We were called the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We were a tribute to the Chili Peppers.
You actually showed me pictures of that time, and I must say you looked really pretty good with that, with your mohawk and your guitar. And did you actually, were you doing this professionally? Were you getting paid for this thing?
Yeah, it was my full-time job, and I taught guitar as well.
Fantastic. So you're pretty good with a guitar.
I can play. Yeah.
You can play a bit. Okay, a bit. So how did you go from that, from being a guitarist in a rock band, to making over $10,000 a month in passive income from YouTube of all places? How did you get into internet marketing?
Well, it frustrated me for quite a long time because I was playing guitar for a living, and gradually I started learning about business and internet marketing, and I'd be going to these seminars and reading these books, and as time went on, I was more and more realizing that what I'd been doing was wrong. I was exchanging my time for money. And eventually it just got to like a tipping point where I realized that I need to create an internet business to automate.
Let's back up for a second. So you were studying about making money and wealth creation? You were interested in this topic? How did that kind of happen? What were you looking into and studying at the time?
Well, one day for Christmas, my mum bought me a tape set called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
By
Stephen R. Covey.
There we go. Right,
Okay.
Stephen Covey.
And really that sparked my interest,
How old were you?
17.
17 years old. Wow.
So this sparked my interest. The next thing you know, I'm buying Tony Robbins CDs, and next thing you know, I'm going to seminars and buying books and just.
So you got into personal development and the whole NLP field and attending these seminars. And I assume that it's a natural progression. It was the same thing for me, by the way. I got into personal development, and then I got into studying wealth creation, because it's an important part of sorting out your life. You got to sort out your emotions and your head in a sense, your self-esteem, self-worth.
Yeah.
You got to sort out your health, relationships, and your finances. It's an area of your life that's very important, spirituality being another one, and you want to make sure that you master this area called wealth creation. And so tell me, so you went to all of those seminars, and how did that progress from personal development into wealth creation? What was that progression? What did you start studying in that area?
Well, what happened was I was going to these seminars, and I was meeting people, and I was meeting entrepreneurs that were already doing this. People such as yourself, Mark, that I met at a seminar, and I've attended your seminars and read your books and things. So you've been a massive, I learned a lot from you about internet marketing.
Thank you, Ben.
So I'm meeting these people, and I'm looking around, and gradually I'm realizing that more and more of my friends are entrepreneurs, marketeers, stock market traders, property developers, and so you reach a point where you just got to join in.
Absolutely, it's almost like peer pressure kind of thing, and just to keep up with your friends, you gotta get into what they're into as well. So so that pushed you towards studying about wealth creation, and did you study any? Were there any particular books or something that really inspired you? Something that was like your Bible? For me, it was, for example, the Robert Kiyosaki book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was like my Bible, and also T. Harv Eker's The Millionaire Mind, or The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Those two books I refer to again and again as my Bibles, and they really got me on the path to wealth creation and understanding about this. Was there something for you that was really inspiring?
Yeah, there absolutely was. For me, it was J. Abraham books. I think it's called How to Get Everything You Can
Out of All You've Got.
All You've Got, or something
fantastic.
like that.
It's got a 4 CD tape set about that awesome product.
So I listened. That was it, and also Dan Kennedy.
Wow.
Yeah, and also yourself as well.
Thank you.
So, but you know, practically between you and those two guys, reading your books and listening to your stuff.
But which one was your absolute favorite? Oh. I say whilst twisting his arm. And I'm just kidding. Of course it was mine.
Yeah.
And I'm just kidding.
You're right.
So so you were starting to study wealth creation. That led you into marketing, and that was a natural progression to internet marketing. Yeah. And so you, I guess you at that stage kind of already figured out that you were going to go down the internet marketing route. Yes.
Well,
or
no, not really.
Yet?
No, it all just suddenly seemed to it just suddenly made sense that the logical thing to do, since I was a guitar teacher, it just one day it clicked that I could video myself, put it on a website, and sell these videos from the website.
I see. So in fact, now we're getting to your first business on the internet, and so how long did it take between you coming up with this idea of filming yourself teaching guitar and selling those videos on the internet, and the actual and your first sale kind of thing when your website was live? How long did that gestation period take?
Well, because it was my first web business, it took me 6 months because I didn't really know what I was doing. So there was a lot of trial and error. But I now know since then that you can set up web businesses a lot faster than that.
Absolutely, absolutely. But once it was launched, how much money did you estimate, like from the start, did it start making you at first?
I didn't know how much it would make me, but I got to say, I had total 100% faith that I was going to live off it. It was a case of, I'm going to make this work, and I'm going to stop at nothing.
Got it.
Thing. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so, give us an idea, like within the first 2-3 months, how much money did you start seeing it make per day?
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Yeah. It was because. Am I allowed to mention YouTube yet?
Go for it.
Okay. At first, I started off using Google AdWords. That was the way I was generating traffic. And now, you know, I had huge expectations for what my site was going to be making. You know, it's going to be selling hundreds of lessons a day. And of course, the first day it went online, it didn't sell any, and it didn't sell any the next day. So I'd set myself up for disappointment, and I was disappointed. But then I figured out that if I put my free videos on YouTube, that would generate the traffic, and then it went from there.
We'll get to that in a second,
okay.
And because this is very important, this is the crux of this interview. In fact, one of the reasons why I asked you over to Cyprus and I wanted to spend some time with you and pick your brains and do this interview is so that we can share with more people this information as well about how you've managed to leverage this amazing, huge website, huge corporation called YouTube. How you managed to leverage them and their traffic and their subscribers, their users, into $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 a year almost income for yourself.